And now, Journey to Success with Pete Asmus. Tonight, mindset to action steps and everything in between. We are about you, focusing on what you need to get to that next level. So get ready, get excited, because we are about to get started. From coast to coast, your host, Pete, the visionary pitbull, Asmus.
Winning is not a sometime thing. It's an all-the-time thing. You don't win once in a while, and you don't do things right once in a while. You do them right all the time. Winning is a habit.
I have no idea where that music was coming from, the piano, but winning is a habit. Tonight, we're going to be talking a lot about networking to connections, all right? And that's kind of the topic of this chapter of the book, of forcing your dreams into reality. And the reality is that when we start focusing on where we want to go, when we start looking at what is possible, we stop focusing on, hold on. Fix that right now. And that way I don't have that weird thing going on. And I don't know what it is about, for some reason, it's only with Skype. I have these weird settings that I have to do this board for. And then when I come back to doing GoToWebinar or GoToMeeting, I don't have the same issues. So let me just get this thing all dialed back in again. I'm going to have to figure out a way to fix this though, because it really bothers the crap out of me. Okay. So networking to connections. And what do I really mean by that? The reality is, and I've said it over and over again, you don't have to be an expert at everything. You really don't. You need to be very proficient in one thing. And then you want to be able to connect people together that are going to allow opportunities to help themselves. I'm going to tell you another thing that is going to be on our little list today, which is one is too small of a number to conquer anything that's of any substance. John Maxwell said that. And the reality is it's true. I wanted to create this wholesale network. I wanted to create this ability to be a national wholesale network that was legitimate, real deals that were happening on it. And I was attempting to do it all by myself. And so I wanted to go out and I wanted to grab all these different people. And the reality is it's just too much work for one person to do. And so if you're going to have goals, make them big, make them so that they require other people. Because as I've said before, even if you're an artist, even if you draw for a living, right? And it's a task that only requires your ability. The reality is, if you want to sell that, if you want to make money on it, you're either going to have to connect with people that do that for a living and are very good at it, or you're going to have to learn it, which is going to take away from your ability to get better at drawing or the ability to get better at artwork, right? So what you need to do, listen to me, what you need to do is focus on what you do extremely well. Now, why am I saying this? Because we're going to be going through a big, long thing today. I mean, tonight to me is going to be a lot about taking this journey, the journey to success. In fact, I'm going to loop back around. I'm going to be talking about a lot of different things, from the 21-day challenge to real estate investing, to direct marketing, to affiliate marketing. Because the reality is, Ivan says this all the time, we're all in sales. We're all in sales. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you're typing into a computer all day long and you're an accountant, or if you're an affiliate marketer, right? Or if you're in an MLM. It doesn't matter. The reality is we all sell. We all sell. And if you want to do better at your business, no matter what it is, the bigger your network, the bigger your connections, the bigger your opportunities. And so the reason that this chapter is called Networking to Connections is because if you look back through the past of what we've basically covered up until this point, and I know some of you guys are coming on here late, right? And I got a couple of emails today going, hey, look, it says that there's only 25 of these classes, right? And it looks like you're almost at the end. I think we're on number, 18 or 19 or something like that. But the reality is I've been doing these for over a year. So they happen every single Sunday. So don't think just because, you're coming in late that you shouldn't sign up. No, sign up. And then when it ends in June or whatever, then I'll make a new one that'll be for another 25 weeks and take us all the way till October or whatever it is. And so the reality is that you have to You have to start taking action. I don't know how else to say this. I'm gonna like I said, I'm really gonna kind of probably rant tonight, quite a bit, but I'm gonna go off in a lot of different tangents. But what I want you guys to really understand is get prepared to be overwhelmed. Get prepared to feel underwater. Now, I don't mean feel overwhelmed and underwater because you can't pay bills and because it feels like your life is crashing around you. But I do mean when all of a sudden you've got to do this and 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 this, and you're like, oh my God, that is just too much. It's too much. I'm freaking out. I can't focus. I can't do this. I can't do that. Stop. Stop. Focus. Realize that there are people that wish they were overwhelmed. There are people right now that don't have the opportunities that you're being given. There are people right now that are fighting just to live. And you guys are getting the opportunity to fight to create, to fight to grow, to fight to build. But let me tell you, if you don't get used to feeling uncomfortable, if you don't stop being a little 5-year-old kid and start being a 20 plus adult and go, you know what? The reality is I need to change the way I think. I'm not a 5-year-old anymore. So the reality is I can handle more than I'm assuming that I can. The reality is if I want this bad enough, I'm going to figure out a way. I'm going to start prioritizing. I'm going to start creating a map. And guess what? I might sleep less. I might see my family less right now. There might be a few things that I'm going to end up doing less right now so that I can have things that nobody can even dream of. And you know why?
Winning is not a sometime thing. It's an all the time thing. You don't win once in a while, and you don't do things right once in a while. You do them right all the time. Winning is a habit.
Let me tell you guys something. How you do anything is how you do everything. How you do anything is how you do everything. If you're not getting the results in your life, if you're thinking, well, I'm going to just put this off right now and I'll put this off right now, let me tell you what, you're putting stuff off in every aspect of your life. If you're going, you know what, I'm going to attack this with vengeance, you're doing that in every aspect of your life as well. And so the reality is networking to connections is all about releasing yourself. It's about breaking down those walls that are inhibiting you from moving forward. Networking to connections is about learning to get out there and talk to people, to connect with people, to influence people in a good way. The reality is you want to do more with your life. You want to create more. You're going to need help doing that. It's not going to be you all by yourself because one is a lonely number. And let me tell you, people don't come to your aid to help you if they don't see you helping them or other people. And the other thing is, we talked about this last week, victims don't get anything. Victims don't get anything but pity. And pity will never create a legacy. Pity will never create what you want out of life. It just won't. It may get you by. It may be a Band-Aid. That's really what pity is. It's a Band-Aid. It's a temporary fix. It's kind of like a diet, right? You know what a diet is? It's a temporary solution to a permanent problem. Let me tell you what, you know why you go on diets? Because you're overweight, because you're out of shape, because you're fat. Let's just put it that way. And I can say that because I was fat. I was 260 pounds at God, I don't even know, man, probably 30% body fat. I mean, it was ridiculous. I was wearing a 44-inch waist pant, right? And I know it may be crazy to think about right now seeing me like this, but that's true. And the only thing that changed in my mind was I decided I wasn't going to be fat anymore. I decided I wasn't going to be that shape anymore. I decided I was going to do whatever it took to change that. And guess what that took? Some days that took me getting up at 4:00 in the morning, going to the gym for 2 hours, going and doing all the work I needed to, coming back home. And after the girls went to sleep, I went back to the gym for another 2 hours. I did that for, months. I gave up things. I gave up eating the way I wanted to. I gave up fast food. I gave up drinking soda. I gave up doing a lot of different things. But the thing is that I used it as a switch. I mean, when I gave it up, I flipped the switch. I created it so that I burned my bridge. There was no longer an option. So many, you guys, this is what you guys do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to quit, man. I'll tell you what, I am never going to wear my glasses again. Let's just figure out this is, one of the things. So I'm never going to wear glasses again because they're really uncomfortable and I don't like these ones. And I can't, wait, what's that say? Okay. Yeah. Journey to success. And that's what we do. That's exactly what we do. We go, I'm not going to do this anymore until I need to. And then I'm going to do it again. I'm not going to do this anymore until I want to. And then I'm going to do it again. And the reality is what you need to do is I'm not going to do this anymore. And that's it. Burn the bridge. You want to quit smoking? Stop smoking. Make it up in your mind that this is the first place anything is going to happen. Anything. And if you go, well, I'm going to slowly start to do it. I'm going to work my way into it. Again, what you're telling yourself is we're going to do this until it gets too hard and then we're going to back off. We're going to do it until it gets too hard and then we're going to back off. When if you would just go through the pain right now, it'd be over. Eric Thomas says pain, it will last a day, a week, a month, even a year. But eventually something else will take its place. If you do nothing, however, it will last forever. The reason that that's important, guys, is the fact that you guys right now are floating through life. You're in life right now going, I wish things would change. I wish this would happen. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try that. Instead of just flipping the switch and going, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to move forward and I'm going to do it. Journey to Success, guys, is every Sunday night at 6 p.m. Every Sunday night. And in fact, we're going to be talking about some other stuff that's cool because we've now got 4 webinars a week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And that to me, man, that's awesome. In a year, we've grown to really having 4 great webinars now. And they're all slightly different. And so we're going to get into some of those as well later on. Again, I told you guys, I put it out there. Look, I'm not going to sell anything on this webinar. We don't do that. That's not how we operate. We offer help. We want to help you. Journey to Success is all about you. Journey to Success started the wristbands, Go Make Something Happen. Journey to Success started the goal program. Journey to Success started the 21-day challenge. Journey to Success started Thinking to Succeed. This one webinar has basically started everything that I've started doing. Now, why? Because I started doing something. Just something. And then it started all coming into place. We started moving around, talking to people, getting to know people. And now we've brought Scott Travis onto our group, right? That guy is amazing. I mean, over 18 years in construction. All of you guys right now that are going, man, I would love to learn how to wholesale. You need to contact Scott right now. Contact him. And you can contact him at scott@c2creia.com. That's scott@c2creia.com. When you want to have help with the physical side of things, talk to him. When it comes to the back side of things, when it comes to the paper, when it comes to notes, when it comes to, organizing a deal, both Ivan and Scott look together at deals to verify them both because one, Ivan needs to look at the money side of it, and Scott needs to look at the physical side of it. What is the rehab going to actually be? Where are we going to be? Because I'm going to tell you right now, you want to have people around you that you know, like, and trust. You want to be around people that are going in the same direction. And now that we found Scott, man, it was like I had to bring him in. It's like, okay, what can we do? How do we work with him? How do we bring him in? How do we make this a reality? And that's what we've done. And now Monday nights at 6 p.m., I wanted to start off your week right? Journey to Success, we're all about goals. We're all about mindset, right? So you want to get your mind right launching into the week. Now Monday comes, right? Boom, let's go. Let's start this off strong. Let's start off with bird dogging opportunities with Scott Travis, right? So every Sunday night, every Monday night, 6 p.m., you're going to be able to tune in to going to bird dogging opportunities. And he's going to go over things like wholesaling. He's going to go over things like firehouses and what are those? And how do you find them? How do you find those kind of deals? How do you find off-market deals? What can we do to put together? Because I want to create an off-market wholesale network, national. But I don't live in all these areas. So it's not just me. It takes more people to do this type of thing and getting them the right information so that they can start making money. And Boston now, I think we've got like 5 people now rocking it in Boston and we're lighting it up. And so now I'm looking at, okay, we've also got a couple people in New Jersey. So I'm going to start putting that together and having them work with Scott, finding deals, putting deals together. And then as soon as we work out a couple of different areas and we lock them down, we'll start digging deep, blowing them up, just like we're going to be doing to Atlanta. We've already got a deal that we're doing in Atlanta now from our trip that we went to. We finally, I think, put the offer in and got it locked down, and we've got our funding locked down and everything. So we're good to go now on the Atlanta property. But that comes through taking action. That comes through writing down goals. That comes through having a vision and moving forward to that vision. So as we get these areas locked down and Scott works on them, we'll get these areas going and then we'll get a leader in that area, right? So then we can go and we can do this again somewhere else and keep doing it until we've got it in all the markets. I get that we can't do it all simultaneously, but we can do it in sections. And that is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to do things that people have never done, have never thought of. And if they have, they've given up. The thing about me is I don't give up. I'm a visionary pit bull. When I get my mind set on something, I will not let go. I get lockjaw. And I'm going to make it happen. I will figure out a way to make it happen. I will put the pieces together to make it happen. I will stay up late. I will do whatever it takes. What will you do? What do you do when you get a vision? When you get an idea? What level do you take that to? Do you think about it and throw it to the side? Do you write it down? Do you focus on it? Do you get people involved? Do you talk to people about it? Or is it like everything else that most people do? It's a great idea that you take to the grave. It's a great idea that never went anywhere. And it never went anywhere. Why? Because you chose to. You chose to let that happen. Let me share this with you. So last week I get an email on Monday, and I got an email from somebody, and he's like, man, the journey to success really lit me up. He's like, you were talking about me, and I was like, what? I didn't mention anybody's name. Like, what do you mean, right? So I wrote back, and I'm like, you got my attention. You said that I was talking about you, but I didn't mention anybody's name. Tell me exactly what you mean by that. And this person had been basically listening to me, I mean, since the Goal program, which I think was back in, like October or September. I don't know, long time ago though, right? So I know it's been months. And it wasn't until last week that they decided to jump out and start doing the 21-day challenge. And so when he wrote back and specified all these different things, I actually forwarded it to a partner of ours that's in KC, who is very affluential. Like if you know Disneyland, right? Main Street in Disneyland, all right, is modeled after a real Main Street in Marceline, Kansas, okay, where Walt Disney is from. The person that I sent this to is such a big Disney fan. He literally owns all the buildings on Main Street in Marceline, okay? He almost owns, I guess, probably damn near the whole town. But this person that I sent this to going, look at what we're talking about. See, sometimes people just need to hear it over and over and over again. All of a sudden I see a response back and they put his name like they were writing back to him. And I literally lost my mind. I was like, oh my God, like, what are you doing? Why would you respond to it? I'm not asking you to respond to him. I'm showing you how this is working and how it's starting to affect people and the good that's coming from it. Like, what in the world are you thinking? So I'm freaking out and I open the email. I start reading down through it. And as I'm reading, he says, based on this, I want to partner with you. I want to offer our resources. I want to help you get farther. And to me, I was blown away. I was blown away because had that individual not wrote to me, they wouldn't have had somebody with that much power and resources and ability respond. Now, I haven't seen them respond back. I actually wrote them and said, hey, what did you get it? And I guess they were, I don't know, writing some kind of email, but I still haven't seen anything yet. And it's been it's been about a week now. So I don't know, maybe they're the type of person that it just takes more. They're going to have to think about it. But at the same time, it bums me out because people work off momentum. And when you have something like that happen, you should take it. You should at least respond and say, thank you, I'm writing something else. You should at least take that initial motivation, that initial movement, and capitalize on it. You guys, look, when I'm telling you guys the 21-day challenge, and here, the 21-day challenge, when I'm saying write your goals out, put them out there, it is to network. It is to get other people to see what you're doing. Now, the worst thing that you could do is when they see and say, hey, let me help you, is just ignore it. You've got to jump on it. You guys have got to be willing to take a chance on you. I talked about this on Wednesday's show on it's called Building an Icon, and it was with David Fagan. And so we're going to be actually doing our show live from his event on Friday from the Icon Builder workshop. And that's going to be in Dana Point. And the thing about it is, I wanted to go to that. I wanted to be part of that because it's about networking. It's about creating more opportunity. And when we were talking on Wednesday, we were talking about, look, the ability to network, the ability to see what you can do, the ability to go out there and take advantage of things. You have to build. Becoming an icon doesn't mean that you're going to be an icon of everything, right? We're not saying that everybody could be a celebrity, but the fact is you can be an icon in your own industry. We talked about the fact that if you don't write goals and put them out there, it never would happen. If I wouldn't have written out some of my goals and some of the posts, David Fagan would have never responded to what I was doing. It's about providing value to other people. And so many times we look at ourselves and we're looking at, how do I get where I want to get? How do I get where I want to get? Instead of looking at, how do I help other people get where they want to get? And it's such a really big shift to make. It really is. It's hard to sit there and think, well, hold on. I need this. Why am I giving this away? Why am I doing these things? And I've had to make some big choices in the last, even 4 months, where there were opportunities that I could have taken, but I knew in my heart the opportunity was better for somebody else. I understood why it would be better for somebody else. And I understood also that if I took that opportunity and I wasn't able to do as well as I could with it, and then I blocked that other person, it's just not good karma. And so I've given those things up. I've introduced other people and basically made it so that I didn't have as good a shot at getting certain things that I wanted to get. But I knew by building those relationships, by giving up things that were important to me, I was building strong relationships, connections, that eventually they would do the same for me. Now, is that always going to happen? No, it isn't. I'm going to get burned. I'm going to get people that are going to take advantage of me. But here's the other cool part. I've placed a lot of very smart people around me. And because of my affinity and because of my caring for other people, they care about me too. So when you come and you try and hit me from the side, I guarantee I'm probably going to have 3 or 4 people already letting me know what's going on and prepping me for how to counteract whatever is going on. The thing is, when you focus on helping other people start focusing on helping you. It's this symbiotic thing. You feel it. I don't want to say obligated, but it almost is like that. If I smile, it's so often that if I smile at somebody, I'm like, hi, they smile back. It's just a reaction. It's a response. Guys, your response should be every morning writing your goals and putting them out there. Letting the world see. I know it's scary. I think the biggest scary thing for you is the commitment aspect. When you write it down, it becomes real, but that's the point. It becomes real. When you write it down, you feel that that sense of responsibility. Yes, it's intended to be that way because you want this. So if you don't really want it, don't write it down. If you don't really want it, don't write it down. Then you don't have to feel worried or be worried about feeling guilty about not doing something. Because if you really want it, you should feel guilty if you're sitting there watching TV instead of going after it. If you really want something, you should feel guilty if you're not getting up and making it happen. If you really want it. But if you don't worry about it. If you don't want more out of life, man, Hit stop right now. Look, I've got 54 people on here. I don't need 54. I can go down to 53. If this isn't interesting you, if you don't see the value in you writing your goals so that you can get farther in your life, then disconnect. Because again, I've only got 100 spots. So I'm cool if you're not willing to make more out of your life. If you don't want more out of your life, that's okay. You don't need to listen to me. But if you do want more out of your life, I promise, write your goals every morning. Take a picture, put them up on Instagram. Join the 21-day challenge and see what starts happening. Now, I'd like to give a little bit of update to that as well. Write your goals clear, because let me tell you, I'm not going to spend 5 minutes trying to read your goals, right? So as cool as they could look being 50 feet away from you, we're not creating art. We are creating art in a sense of we want it to be nice, appealing, pretty, macho, whatever it is whatever word you want to use, I want it to be that when you look at it, right? Like Diane Murphy, she puts this cup of tea. That looks cool. Somebody else is putting a compass. Awesome, right? That's awesome. But don't make it so that you're going like this the whole time when you're taking the picture, right? And it's like all blurry. Nobody can read it. The point of this is for people to see where you want to go so that they can go, man, I feel the same way. I like that. Whatever it is, and it's going to connect them to you. It's going to bond them to you. And the more you do it, I promise it's only going to take 7 days before somebody's going, what in the hell are you doing? Like, what are you doing? You keep writing out these goals. This is crazy. And that's the awesome part, because now they're asking you questions. And if they're asking you questions, that gives you the ability to change their life. And we talked about this. Look, if the 5 most influential people in your life were part of this challenge, how awesome would your life be? How amazing would it be if the 5 people around you were all focused? Now, let's say this is your first time listening to this, okay? And so I could see how you might be a little bit confused going, what the hell are you talking about? If you had 5 people, your 5 closest people, and I don't mean just on Facebook, right? Because Facebook is cool, but it's not real, right? It's not real life, okay? I mean the 5 people that you see on a daily basis most. Get them involved in this challenge. Watch how much your life changes from them being involved. And you might think, well, why? I don't get it. Well, let's look at this. Have you ever heard the term about a crab, right? If you put one crab in a bucket, it can get out. Why? Well, because it can reach up, it can grab onto the top, and it can pull itself out. You want to keep one crab in a bucket without a lid? How many crabs do you need? 2. That's it. 2 crabs. Because the moment one starts making a break for it, the other one, he's an idiot. He doesn't see the fact that, hey, there's more sides to this whole bucket. He goes, oh, he's leaving. Nuh-uh, that ain't happening. I want him here with me. How many of your friends right now are doing that to you? For real. Think about that. How many of your friends, every time you talk about something that's amazing, every time you talk about how you're going to change your life, whatever it may be, right? It could be real estate. It could be owning a business. It could be, right, like Hector, buying a cleaning business. How many people in your life shoot you down every time you want to go for something more? Those are crabs. Those are, it's time to boot them. It's time to get them. It's time to literally, all right, we want to, come on, launch them. There we go. Out of our life, right? We want to take fear, that fear that's holding you back from doing everything, and just set it off right over there to the side. Just you're going to be fine. Okay, well, they're gone. It's about you realizing that your life is your life. It's not anybody else's. It's not mine to choose for you, which is why this isn't Pete Asmus's 21-day goal challenge, right? That I tell you what you need to do. It's not that. It's Pete Asmus's 21-day challenge where you write your goals, not me. I'm not telling you how to get where you're going. I'm none of that. What will we do? Well, if you put, I want to blank, you're going to hear probably 5 people jump onto that thing before I even get to it. And it's going to say, hey, you should probably reword this in present tense affirmative. You should probably reword this like this. Now, I think that's amazing, because what it shows is people are taking this on their own. They're making it theirs. You look at Dennis, you look at Hector, you look at Diane, you look at all these people that are inviting other people to this challenge. I mean, it's crazy to me. It's crazy because they're seeing the results. Every single person that's posting up their goals, just go to Pete Asmus's 21-day challenge Facebook page. It's an open page. You can join it. It's absolutely free. You can see everything on it. Go there and look. See what happens as people are writing down their goals. See what happens, what kind of encouragement they're getting. And then see what happens when we're writing, how is this changing your life? See what those responses are. Because you're going to see every single one of them saying, it's bringing more focus. It's doing this. Now, look, as great as writing your goals can be and keeping them all to yourself, I promise you, if you want to get to that next level, post them on Pete Asmus's 21-day challenge group page, right? And that one's easy. I mean, it's right here. If we go over, we can go in. Wait, oops. Let's see. I was doing all these different, man. Okay, so maybe let's do it like this then. Go back in. So right here is the 21-day challenge, right? And this is where you can post your goals up, all right? And I mean, even Emily's son is doing it, Alex, which is pretty awesome, man. But here we go, just like this, right? And you're going to have people coming down, and you can see, right? Is that easy to read? Yes or no? Anybody having an issue? I have helped 50 families with the purchase of a home or the sale of a home, I think. I am involved in I mean, nobody's going to do this, right? That's the problem, Mike, with those when you don't make it clear, because there's no way for us to read them. Again, this looks cool, but it's more difficult to read, right? And what we want, and I'm not trying to blast anybody on here. Please don't think that. What I want to do though is show you how it can be different when it's clear, right? There, these ones are good. I adopted a baby girl. Everything I learn, every day I learn more about God. Every day I read the Bible. I lost 50 pounds. I traveled the world helping people, right? Those are easy to read. Now, let's say that I created here we go. I created a homeless program called Open Arms. Now, the first time she wrote this, she wrote, I created a homeless program. And then I went, well, what was it called? I believe that this is who this was. And then she changed it to Open Arms. She named it, right? And that's taking ownership of that goal. And because of that, it starts to become more real. And then you start to design a logo, and then there's a logo, and now you're talking more about it. And now what happens from doing this is, let's say somebody in her area knows of a place that needs a homeless shelter. Let's say somebody knows of some place that needs a volunteer or a director or anything. You never know where it could go. But if she didn't say this, nobody would know that that's what she wanted to do. I created a foster care program. There might be people right now that need help in that area. And because she wants to create one, they might reach out to her and say, hey, could you help us do this or this or this? And she would definitely want to, because it would allow her to learn that system better. And if that's really what she wanted to do, then it's playing into what she wants. I wrote and published a book called The Meaning of Life, and it's a bestseller. Yeah, I definitely think this, because she wrote now the name of the book as well, because I think I asked that 3 times. As you guys write these goals, what you're going to see us do is we're going to start asking you to be more specific as you do it. The first day you write them, I'm not going to hammer you. I'm not going to say, and in fact, this whole page is a safe zone. Anybody that is mean in this thing or anything, I'll light them up, man. They are out. There's no tolerance for it. This is all about helping you get to the next level. So when I'm talking about networking to connections, this is a fantastic place to network. You're going to find like-minded people that all want to make their life better, that all have goals, that are all reaching for those goals. Don't you want to have people like that in your life? Don't you think if your 4 best friends were all driven, reaching for goals, how would you be able to sit on the couch and play a video game all by yourself if they're all out working? If they're all out hustling? And that's my point. And yeah, you may not all play video games. You may not all, do crochet or anything, right? But my point is that all of us have the things that we love to do, right? That don't produce money, that don't produce an income. Start looking for ways to find things that you love to do that can produce an income. For instance, I love doing videos. I love making videos. I love creating them. Because of my love for it and because I've done it over and over and over again and I've created this, I now have the ability to help now with one of our enterprise companies, and I'm going to start working on the video. I'm going to be in charge of the video for all 42 of these companies, helping them with what they want to do and building out the video program and their webinars and how they do those things. Why? Because I've been doing it for the last year. Because I've been focusing on becoming very good at what I do. Now, you may have seen the videos from last week and they don't look anything like that what I've been doing. I've been down a computer. I have one right now that I'm using that I have to use to do all my stuff. Then Shannon has to do all her stuff. So then I have my laptop and everything else. Now, I've got that all fixed. By Wednesday, I'll have 5 computers in this house at that point, which I'll never be down to one computer again. But the reality is, because of that, it's forced me to make changes. And sometimes, man, it's crazy. I'm just realizing this. Had that not happened, I wouldn't have been forced that day to almost make it so that the girls did their own video. And because of that, we've now gotten to a level with them that's totally different. And it's the same way as when we were really late for school one day and they did something at the end, it screwed it up. And so we had to redo the end. And I'm like, don't worry, I'll just take it up and I'll splice it together. And then 6 hours later, I realized that I really wanted to start using iMovie to edit my videos. And I've been doing that ever since. And the first 2 weeks, it was 6 hours a day for these videos that were between 5 and 10 minutes. 6 hours a day just on editing the videos. Why? Because I wanted to know what I was doing. I wanted to do it right. And you know what? How you do anything is how you do everything. And if I was going to edit the videos, I was going to do it right. I was going to make them look amazing. I wasn't going to just do a half-butt job, right? That didn't even sound right. I wasn't going to do a half-ass job. I was going to make sure that looked good because that's my brand. Well, you guys have to start taking ownership of your brand. Look, networking to connections, creating connections, creating opportunities. It's all about your brand. You want to have people know who you are before you show up. If you listen to Brian Ellis's call that we did this week, right? One of the reasons he put his name in the newsletter, the Brian Ellis newsletter, was so that his name was known, so that when he showed up to places, they already knew who he was. I have no idea why he would do something like that, right? I mean, I get it. I understand branding. Hello, it's Pete Asmus's 21-day challenge. I did it for the exact same reason, because it was about branding my name with a challenge, branding my name that I've been building for the last 6-7 years, but really focusing on for the last year and a half. Google my name. I mean, I own the first 10 pages, 12 pages, I don't know, 100 pages of Google. I've created my content to put on there. I've done a lot to create this brand and protect this brand. And yeah, does it come under fire? Of course it's going to come under fire, but you're not doing anything if it doesn't, right? The difference is, how does it stand up? Mine's bulletproof. I've got consistency. I've done videos every day. I've done the radio show every day. I've done Journey to Success every day. I've consistently said I want to help people every day. I've consistently done it. So you can say whatever you want. You can attack me all you want, but the reality is my brand is solid because I've cared to protect it. Now, what are you guys doing to build your brand, to protect your brand, to grow your brand? Because when it comes to networking, guys, it's all about your brand. Your brand at the end of the day is going to be what gets you where you want to go. So start creating your brand now. Now, you want to know what's going to make somebody inspired? People want to work with people who are driven, right? Do you want a partner that is lazy and doesn't want to do anything? Or do you want a partner that is just busting his ass every single day to get to that next level so that you guys can be successful? Which one do you want? Honestly, which one do you want? You want the latter, right? Now, do you think that the latter, if I'm writing my goals out, taking a picture and putting them up every single day, do you think that that shows that I have drive? Hell, it shows I have consistency. It shows that you know you can count on me, right? Every day to do this. And let me tell you again, how you do anything is how you do everything. You want to stop being looked at as a loser. You want to stop being looked at as a flake. Stop flaking. You want to be looked at as a leader? Start leading. You want to be looked at as successful? Become successful. How are you going to do any of that? Consistency. Consistency. This isn't a one-day thing, guys. This isn't a one-week thing. This really isn't a 21-day challenge. This is a way of changing your life. Michael Wetterman had it perfect. He went through the 21-day challenge and then he 10 timesed it. And now he's on the 210-day challenge. But I guarantee you at the end of that 210 days, man, I'm going to fly and hug that guy because it's amazing to me. He is growing. Mike Jensen is growing. I mean, I still want to punch him every once in a while because he doesn't stay consistent like he should and he knows better, but he's getting better. It's starting to work. And so the reality is, you guys have got to get involved. You've got to start. You don't have to be great to start, but you've got to start to be great. Look, if you don't push up next to impossible, you're never going to know what your potential is. If you don't get right up next to that line and then jump, you have no idea what your potential is. You're so scared of moving forward. You're so scared of letting go. You're so scared of letting people know who you are, of what you want. Look, if they don't like it, F them. If they don't like who you are, what your goals are, you don't need them in your life. Seriously, think about this. You're going, well, I don't want to write down my goals that I really want to own a veterinarian clinic because I'm afraid people will make fun of me. Awesome. So live the rest of your life in shit because you're too afraid of what they think. Do you see my point? This is your life. It's not their life. It's your life. So stop living under their guidelines. Stop living under their goals. Start creating your own goals right now. Start creating your own life. Realize that networking, it's about a brand. Networking is the challenge. Because if you're going to be like the guy I met at the REI Expo and roll up to me with a sheet of paper like this as your business card, and the first thing on it is piano instructor, the second thing is vocal coach, then mover, then computer specialist, then real estate investor, I'm going to do exactly what I did to his business card. Because you don't know what the hell you are. You're going in 50 different directions. You need to focus. You need to become overwhelmed. It's time for you to take your life up. And the only way that you grow is to go through pain. And in this kind of pain, it's being overwhelmed. It's being able to understand that you can handle more than you visually think that you can, or you mentally think that you can. It's being pushed up to that limit and then breaking through it. It's realizing that your life is more important than anything else out there. And that when you start taking your life seriously and you start creating a plan to create an environment that you can only succeed in, that's when you're going to start understanding what the key is. But you guys right now, you're scared. You're afraid to put to become part of the challenge. You're afraid to take a picture. You're afraid to write down your goals. You're afraid to put them out there. You're afraid of what he's going to say or she's going to say or they're going to say. You're afraid of this job or this thing or that thing. If you're afraid of what people may think, how are you going to accomplish anything great? If you're afraid of what people think, how are you going to see what your limits truly are? If you're afraid of what people think, how do you push yourself to your full potential? Because, hey, you may make a mistake. And what if you screw up? Then what? Are you going to stop? Because let me tell you, I've made a ton of mistakes, man. I bought equipment that I didn't effing need. I've done so many different things to make it. And sometimes, man, I am dead nails. And sometimes I'm way off. But you know what? I am amazing. And I am so good at what I do. And I will never fail more than I succeed. But you know why? Because I believe it. So the question is, what do you believe? What do you believe about you? If I tell you guys all to close your eyes right now, do you guys think like this? Close your eyes. I want to take you on a little journey. When you guys are waking up in the morning, I want you to think about that right now. When you're waking up, just you heard the alarm go off and you're reaching over. Do you reach over and hit snooze so you can go back to bed because you're tired of your life? Do you hit snooze because you want to go back to bed because you want to go back into the dream life where it was much better? Or do you turn it off and jump out of bed and tell everybody you see good morning? Do you go and look in the mirror and say, I am amazing? I'll bet you guys, most of you don't. Now, let's say you have a spouse, because this is always fun. Well, I would do that, but then my spouse, are you kidding me? They're going to make fun of you for what? Leaning over and saying, hey, good morning. Shut up. Do you think that that's going to happen? Or do you think they're going to be like, what the? Good morning to me? Or is the TV on? Because I heard good morning. Was the TV on? No, it was me. I was just telling you good morning. I just want you to know I want you to have a good morning and I want you to have a great day. Say that to your spouse tomorrow morning when you wake up. See what kind of changes start to happen. And here's the thing, guys. Don't just do it tomorrow. Do it every day. Every day when you wake up. First thing I want you to do is tell your wife, your husband, good morning. Tell your kids, first thing out of your mouth. First thing, not why did you not pick that up? Not who left the light on, not who didn't flush the toilet, not who's taking a shower next. I want you to say, hey, good morning. I want you to have an amazing day today. And watch how your life starts to change. Watch how the people around you start to change. Because typically, I'll bet what happens is you wake up and the first thing you do is, okay, what emails do I've got? Who's on Facebook? What's going on? Are you kidding me? That just happened on Facebook? What the hell, man? I'm telling you right now, this guy, right? And now you haven't even got out of bed, right? And you're already way sideways because of this. So stop with the phone in the first thing. That shouldn't be the first thing you do when you get up is look at your phone. The first thing that you should do when you get up is look at your spouse. Look at your kids. Look at you. If you're single right now and young, if you're single and old, I don't care what it is. If you're single, look at you. Because if you want to be single, great. If you don't, start changing some things about you. What do I mean? I mean, typically people that are older and single usually kind of have a, something's wrong with everybody type of mentality. And at the same time, they also think something's wrong with them. Something major is wrong with them. And so when I believe something major is wrong with me, right? and I assume that nobody else is going to want to talk to me, guess what happens? I become a prophet. Nobody does want to talk to me. If I was to sit there and go, all you guys hate me and nobody even wants to listen to what I'm saying, and you guys are all stupid and da da da, right? Who wants to sit here and keep listening to that? Nobody. So, what do you really want? When you focus on your outcome, what do you really want? When you enter into a relationship, a meeting, an argument, whatever, start focusing on that outcome. What do you really want? When you write down these goals every day, what is it that you really want? What? I want to make a lot of money every month. How much? Be specific. Start being more specific with your goals, because your goals are going to reach, or are going to help you reach where you want to go. Here's the page that you guys can sign up for. And hey, whoa, that went crazy. Right over here, what would help us too is, tweet about it, Google Plus it, like it on Facebook, all that kind of stuff. Hit those little buttons over there on the right side. Whoa, got it. Okay, that got way crazy real quick. What happened there? Okay. So, well, we're about an hour into this and we're almost to where we're going to be. Perfect. All right. So, are you ready to take your life to the next level? Goals are the blocks that support your success. Most of us think this way, right? We think, what do you mean change? And we're freaking out. We're looking at the ability. Whoa, stop doing that. We're looking at the ability to basically do. Oh crap! Are you kidding me? So nobody has seen any of this stuff all the time. Man, that's not what I wanted at all. Well, at least the first part, this is what we were looking at most of the time. So I guess I can just go ahead and during the first part, I'll have to go into iMovie then and fix this all up, but that's fine. At least this is all we were looking at the whole time. So this is the challenge. Write your goals every morning, take a note, hashtag them, 21-day challenge. And then you're going to have you're going to have 3 different types. You're going to have the community goals, you're going to have business goals, and you're going to have personal goals. And you're just going to write down 5. Man, you guys didn't even see me going into these either. So here is the 21-day challenge website or the Facebook page. And like I said, all you got to do is just request to join. And this is what I was talking about here, because I already made fun of Mike. When we look at this, I mean, that's pretty difficult to read, right? So the fact of the matter is we want something that's a lot simpler or more simple, very easy to read. And when we're looking at what is it that we want to see, man, I can't believe, Mike, you have my email. Like all you guys have my text messages. One of you guys could have told me you couldn't see the screen. So on these, you want to make sure that they're clear, that you can read what these goals are. And that you're not asking other people to sit there and take 20 minutes out of their day to read 5 sentences that you've written, right? And you're going to be able to see, again, this is one of those open groups, so everybody can come in here and you guys can all see what is written and what people are doing. All right, let me get back to here then. So community challenge. This is the actual page where you guys can go and sign up. You just hit the join the challenge button right there. Super easy. And then it basically dictates everything that you have to do for the 21-day challenge. It's all about getting involved in that challenge. The URL for the Facebook group would be, you should be able to just look it up in the, oh crap, no, don't do that. Nope, cancel. If you go into here, you should just be able to look up Pete Asmus's 21-day challenge and it should pop it up right there, Sue. If not, you can go to facebook.com/groups/Pete here. You know what? I will send this to all of you. Send to all. There you go. So now you can all join that group. But that's super easy. Join the group and we will, and again, this is, you can invite anybody to join the group too, but this is a safe haven. Bam. This is a safe haven. Nobody on here is going to be disrespectful. Nobody's on here is going to be sexist, racist, rude. Like, just take all of the weird things that could possibly happen in any other groups and all that. And there is none of that allowed in here. All that's allowed in this group is positive. All that's allowed in here is to help bring you to the next level. So there is none of that. If they are, they will be kicked and banned. Period. There is no like 5 warnings, 2 warnings, nothing like that. If you're going to be rude, I don't have any need for you at all. So let's see. Anything else? That and the other one you just showed. Okay, so the other one, are you talking about the, let's see here. I'll just make this easy. c2crea.com/21-day challenge. If you go to that, that'll take you right here. All right. And that is super easy. You can either do that or do the 21daygoalchallenge.com will also take you there, but c2crea.com/21-day challenge. And that way that'll take you there. Not a problem. Michael, what'd you write? Sorry, I would have told you about the screen, but I was listening, not looking. Okay. All right. So all of that done, we've now understand that the 21-day challenge is all about you. It's all about getting you to the next level of you. All right. It's about writing down your goals every day so that you know the direction that you're going. All right. And you can even hit here. We've got hyperlinks on here as well. And all that stuff. So, and this is really easy. Again, you click this, just enter that information and you're all done. And that's how you start. Okay. Let's see. Now, going back here. We'll go down. So are you ready to take your life to the next level? All you got to do, c2crea.com/21-day challenge right there at the bottom. It's also on the guy's neck. So I just wanted it tattooed on him. Most of us think, what do you mean change, right? It's a scary thing. I don't know why. Well, I guess I do know. Change is difficult for people because they feel like, okay, if I change, what does that really mean? Right? It's the fear of the unknown. It's the fear of we don't know where we're going and how is that going to really affect our life? And so I'm going to say this. Do the challenge for 7 days and see if that change isn't the most amazing change that you've ever felt. You know, obviously we have it for 21 days, but we're actually building a round 2 and round 3 because as you can see, there's a ton of people already that are on a few rounds of those. So let's get into tonight's topic. And if you guys are brand new, most people that do webinars, they're always either undercutting that, they say it's an hour and it's 45 minutes. I usually say it's an hour. It's about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So understand that I'm going to give way more content. I'm going to give way more. I just basically, I give everything that I have of me every Sunday night. If you like it, I hope you share it. I hope you pass it on. Tell your friends about it. I want more people to be involved with this. I want more people to be impacted. My goal, my main destination is impacting lives. I mean, that's what I want to do all around the world. I want to impact. I want our challenge to be in 10 different countries by the end of this month. And so if you have any ability to help us with that, I would love it too. It's about getting this out there because the simple fact is writing your goals is so easy. It's so easy. And it's such a huge key to making it where you want to go. So steps to success. Number 1, well, first of all, you got the intro, which is the reason is you. Chapter 1, we talked about passion. You've got to have passion for what you're doing. Chapter 2 is all about belief. Chapter 3, we had values, right? And those first 3 chapters really focused on the internal abilities, right? The internal choices. Okay, because all 3 of those, passion, belief, and values, those are all things that we personally have control over 100%. All right, I can change my value, I can change my belief, I can change where I'm passionate. All right, I can decide those things. But then once we get past this level, now we step out into the little bit bigger realm, okay? Because now these things are things that we don't necessarily have control over. Creating the right strategy. Well, yeah, that's a great idea, but when you create a strategy, more people involved, that means there are other influences that can affect this thing. Now, living with consistency. I probably should move that to the internal because that is something that it's about you. Consistency is going to be one of the biggest keys in your life. And I'm not kidding. Consistency, 100%. Because it's easy to get excited about something, right? For 10 minutes. It's easy to get excited about something for a day, for 2 days, for 3 days. But what happens when it starts to dissipate? What happens when it becomes challenging? What happens when you're on day 450 in a row and you don't feel good and you don't want to do the video? To me, the moment I stop, the moment I make an excuse that is valid, that allows me to not do that video, I've now drawn a line in the sand. I've now said, here is what's acceptable. And for me, it's just not. Not doing a video is just not acceptable. I have to do a video every day with my girls. I have to. My daughter has alopecia. She's bald. Her life is going to be significantly different for the rest of period. It just will be. Now, I have two choices with that. I can either let her have alopecia and say, man, I feel sorry for you and I feel bad for you and I pity you and let's baby you and let's do all these other things that we can do and let's take you to here and let's do this and let's do that and my gosh, poor you, poor you, poor you. Or I could do what I did. And I can say, your life is going to be different, but it's going to be different on our terms. It's going to be different because we chose to make it different. We're going to use this and we're going to let it impact the world. We're going to use this disability that people have, this disease that people have, and we're going to bring awareness to it. We're going to show people that size doesn't matter. Everyone can impact. Now, it came from a year and a half of me doing videos with my daughters before they came up with wanting to do their own charity. It came from them doing videos every single day, listening to what I say every single day, from when they started and all they said was, bye. And they just danced in the background, to yesterday or today, where I did 30, not even 35 seconds of a 3.5 minute video. And I got up and got out of the car. I left them in there all by themselves. And you see, it's funny, man. When you watch the first one, there's a lot of this going on because they don't know what to say and they're like kind of confused. And I just wanted them to work through it. I didn't care. I didn't care how long it took. The video could have taken 10 minutes. It was okay with me. I knew it wasn't going to be perfect. But I also knew that morning when I told Haley, I said, hey, my throat hurts. I'm going to have you guys just do it by yourself. She goes, no, Dad, I'm scared. I don't want to do it. I'm too scared. I was like, done. Now we're doing it for sure. Because fear, I'm not going to let that ruin your life. I'm not going to let it rule your life. We're going to push through that fear. I said, don't worry about it. Just get up there and do your thing. Just do, you know it. Don't worry. Just do it. And so they've done them. And now they're on their 5th or 6th day of doing them by themselves. I mean, it's I don't even know how I would integrate myself back in now. It's kind of weird. I feel like I lost a part of what I do. But I think like within the next week, they're going to be good enough where I'm going to be able to start editing it back together again now and making them really, really cool and neat and different. But that came through what? It came because I consistently did this with them. It came because I consistently showed them what needed to be done. I didn't just do it for a day. I didn't just do it for a week. I didn't do it and then when it wasn't convenient for me, I stopped. I didn't do it and when it wasn't convenient or easy for me, I quit. I didn't do it when it wasn't even easy or convenient for them and they didn't want to do it. I was like, nope, we're doing it. We're doing it. I don't care if you don't want to do it. Get up here, get in the car. You guys can dance. This is 5 minutes of your life. Give me a break. You can do this. But if I allow them to quit, I teach them that there's a line in the sand again. If I allow them to stop because they don't want to, I teach them that that's an okay habit to have. And none of it is. And again, how you do anything is how you do everything. I find it really odd too that have you ever noticed this, that when you're in a group, there seems to be certain people that are able to do more than everybody else. And they're focused on always looking to do more. Why is it that they feel okay being overwhelmed, but other people, the moment they start to get overwhelmed, they start to back off? Oh, it's too much, too much, too much. Instead of running to it and going, how do I figure this out? How do I make this happen? How do I make more time? How do I do this? How do I do that? I've seen so many of you guys grow, and it's amazing. And I want to tell you guys that right now is not the time to take your foot off the paddle or off the pedal. Right now, it's your time to move ahead of the pack. It's your time not to pit, but to actually hammer the gas. It's all about time. And right now is your time. It's your time to network to connections. It's your time to break outside of that box that you feel so, comfortable and constrained and trapped and helpless in. That box that you're in, you created. And that box that you're in, I can help you break out of. I can help you. Kenneth can help you. Emily can help you. Michael can help you. There's a ton of people that can help you. But nobody can help you until you're ready to be helped. Nobody can help you until you're ready to put down the excuses. Nobody can help you until you're ready to live with consistency. Nobody can help you until you're ready to look for opportunities. Right now, you got too much going on. Right now, your life is too busy. Right now, you work 2 jobs. Right now, your spouse, you don't get along. Right now, you can't stand your kids. Right now, you wish everything was different. Right now, you don't make enough money. Right now, none of that is going to change until you do. None of it. So stop being the 5-year-old little kid that's crying and running to the corner and acting like somebody, their mom and dad, is going to come and save them. Because let me tell you guys, you're never going to get opportunities while you're waiting for your mom and dad to come save you. You're never going to get opportunity. And look, and listen to me. I'm not specifically talking to anybody. And if you're reading this and you're like, man, this is really feeling personal, then good. Because you may be 40 or 35 and you may be going, man, my mom and dad don't come in. I'm not relying on my mom and dad, but are you or are you not? Are you really going out for you? Because a hustler, when I lived on the streets, let me tell you, man, every day it was a struggle. I mean, I was stealing for food. And I can bet none of you are in that situation. I can bet none of you guys are wondering where you're going to shower at. Oh, I'll just go ahead and take a bath in the pool. None of you guys are wondering where you're going to eat from tonight. I have been there. And I'm not saying, hey, let's go back down memory lane, right? Like, how bad is my life? But I want to impress upon you the fact that as bad as you feel like your life is sometimes, there are people that have it way worse. And if you could stop focusing on what you don't have and start focusing on what you do, the resources, the people, money, time, whatever it is, knowledge, and start leveraging it. Leveraging it with networks, with networking connections. Look, I love this picture. Making strong connections by valuing, leading, and helping people. This is your world right here. And so many of you guys, a network, I love this. A network is like a switchboard, right? It has a ton of different connections, but you have to use them to see if they work. So many of you guys have this connection, right? You're like, oh, this is a good one. I'm going to put it over here. And this is a good one. I'm going to put it over here. And then somebody will come to you and go, hey, do you have any resources for money? Or do you have any resources for, I don't know, man, a car, something, right? And you do, and it's over here, but I'm not going to, if I use that resource, then now you use it. Now you guys may get along, and now I've lost it. But it's like a muscle. And the reality is, if we don't work out, if we don't do resistance training, if we don't use it, we lose it. There's a thing called atrophy. And when you stop doing workouts, when you stop doing curls, when you stop using your biceps, they atrophy. They get smaller. So your big bad connection that you love and nobody can touch, every day that goes by that you don't use it, it gets smaller and smaller and less significant and smaller and less significant. You can ask Kenneth. I got him into the REI Expo, man. And I said, look, meet these people, meet these people. Why? Because I wanted to help him. I wanted to help them. And I wanted to be relevant. Even if I'm not there, I can still be relevant. How many of you guys go, well, if I'm not there, forget them. I don't care. Man, that is the wrong attitude. It's about helping. It's about connecting. It's about being relevant. It's about looking at other people and putting them above yourself. It's about going, you know what? I know Scott's better at this. And even though I'm going to miss out on an opportunity because I'm not Scott, because if I connect them, I may get an opportunity in the future. Because if I connect them, I may get this in the future. We had a big deal that I was going to make sure a couple people were in that didn't even have anything to do with it. Because that's how I am consistently, over and over and over. I do things. I use my network. I use my connections. I constantly, Mark Kohler, who was the keynote speaker at the Kansas City, or at the Apple Prima Need Money Got Money event, right? They had initially been talking to me about doing it too. And then I gave him Mark Kohler and I said, hey, I think he would be great for a couple different programs that you're doing. And he might be great for the REI Expo. Knowing that I had an opportunity, or possibly Ivan had an opportunity, right? And because of that, they ended up using him for the keynote speaker. So we lost out on that opportunity. And there's probably a few other things that we lost out on because of it. But my goal is I connected them, and they're going to remember that I connected that great resource. They're going to remember when I connected them with Scott, when they're going to remember when I connected them with More Financial, with all these great people that I have around me, with Avatar Construction, all these great people that I connect on a consistent basis because I want to be relevant. I want them to be thinking about my name. I want them to be thinking when they're out there and an opportunity comes, they go, you know what? Pete might be great for this. But they're never going to think that if I'm not constantly hooking them up. And I don't mean hooking them up where I'm going like this. Hey, I got you that deal. Where's my money? Whoa. Where's my money, right? That's not how I operate. That's not how More operates. And you're going to find out that the close people to me, that's not how any of them operate. We operate from a place of, we're going to help you. And we're going to help you, and we're going to help you, and we're going to help you, and we're going to find a way to monetize it all eventually. But we're going to help you get where you want to go. Now, the moment you start taking and stop giving, I'm done. I'm out. Just because you can't give back to me doesn't mean you can't give back to other people. And that I do expect. So like I was talking to somebody today and I said, hey, I don't mind showing you this stuff. But guess what? When I'm done, I'm sending 10 people. The next 10 people that ask me this, I'm sending them to you so that you can teach them now. And I don't have to keep repeating myself with that. But then their goal should be, out of those 10, they're going to find one that's really good. Boom. And they get the next 10. And now what we're doing is we're passing along. We're paying it forward. We're helping somebody and then making sure that they help 10 more people and that they help 10 more people. Do you see? Everything that I do all goes in the same direction. It doesn't matter. It can be coast to coast. It can be the radio show. It can be Thinking to Succeed. It can be the 21-day challenge. They all are in the same direction of helping people, relentlessly helping people, connecting people. And guess what? I do it all through the Socrates, Socrates method. My big method is asking questions. My big method is getting you to think about how I know the answer. I know how I got there. But if I just tell you the answer, I didn't teach you how to find your way there. What I taught you to do is call me and ask me. Now, that is okay in certain situations, right? But at the end of the day, I don't have time to answer all the phone calls either. I want to teach you how to find the answer. So I'll start asking questions. Well, what do you think about this? Well, how did this work? Well, how did that work? Well, what would you do then? And then finally, we may take a long way around, but eventually we're right where I wanted to be. And that's why I do it the way I do it. And they go, okay, I get it now. Now you could find your way back there, right? Because you got to think, well, what do I do this? And then this, and then this. And so you have your questions that will lead you to where you want to go. I do the same thing with teaching people how to do things. Well, I want to learn how to do lead pages. Great. I'm going to give you a bunch to do then, because practice makes perfect. Repetition. I'll show you how to do it. I'll check your work. I check what I inspect, right? Or I expect what I inspect what I expect. And so I'll keep checking it. But yeah, I'm definitely going to look. If I'm going to help you, I'm going to get a benefit out of it. If I'm going to help you and you want to learn how to do this, that's great. I'll help you, but then help me at the same time so that I don't have time to just waste, right? That's why I say, look, if you want to learn something, offer value to people. Offer to help them. You're going to learn, look, anything that person is doing in their industry, you've got to do. I mean, I don't care who you are. If you're looking at becoming a marketer, you're going to have to learn Infusionsoft. You're going to have to learn how to create JPEGs, how to create pictures, how to create infographics, right? Is what they call them. Okay. You're going to have to learn how to do all that stuff. Now, do I mind teaching? No, I love teaching. But if I'm going to teach you, then hey, let's make it so that we all benefit from it, right? Let's make it so that it pays it forward. And that's kind of my thought process. But I love that picture. One is too small to conquer greatness. All right. That's by John Maxwell. If you can reach your goals all by yourself, you haven't got much of a goal. And that's why I put up the billboard, because I could have never done that by myself. That'd be impossible, right? How could I get up there and do that all by myself? You'd have to have people. You have to have machines. You have to have help. There's no way to do big jobs, big dreams all by yourself. Big dreams take big teams, right? Big teams, big dreams. If you guys watch my show or videos, then you'd know what I was talking about. Anyways, follow up. Follow up is key. And I love that little key, right? With the puzzle piece there, right? Follow up is everything, guys. Just because you get somebody excited about it doesn't mean that they're done. You've got to follow up. You got to follow up with you. Are you doing everything that you can? Have you done what you wanted to do? Have you got the task done for the day that needed to get done? And have you followed up with everybody? When you're networking, look, going out and handing out your cards to everybody, that's great. But if you don't follow up with them, it's useless. You just wasted that hour. Here's another key. When you meet people, all right, what I want you to do is I want you to bring a pen. All right. And then on the back of your card, let's say that this is your card. This is our home vesting online card. And this is to win a car. So let's say that this was your card. All right. And on the back side of the card, you can see it's blank. All right. So this is your card. You're going to hand it out to somebody. And let's say we've been talking about follow-up. All right. So I would write, talked about follow-up. And then maybe put wearing green shirt. Now, I'm going to hand this to you. I wrote what we talked about. I wrote what I was wearing. I wrote things to spark your memory so that when you come home and you've got all these business cards, right? And they all go on the ground and on the floor, and you start looking through them. You're like, all right, what was this? And you get to mine that has writing on it. And you're like, oh yeah, that's right. I've got a way higher chance of you remembering who I am and of you following up with me, as well as me following up with you. But this is what I mean about sometimes you have to take it out of their hands. It's not important what they're thinking, right? What they're going to write. What we want to make sure is we're taking as much control of the situation as humanly possible. So, all right, let's see. Do I have any other questions? Where do I get the steps to create success? Where do I get the steps to create success as you have on the slide? Okay, so Cynthia, I think what you're talking about is what this book is based on. And if that's what you're talking about, don't do that. No, cancel. Go to C2C RIA dot. Okay. Hold on here. Okay, so let me open up another one here. You can go to right to c2cria.com, and as you slide down here, some of the cool things right there is the book. This is chapter 7 in that book right there that I wrote. All right. And right now I'm writing the second book to this. That book is an ebook. It's about 40 pages with a little bit of pictures in them. And then the book that I'm writing currently is already at 85 pages with no pictures in it yet. So the next book I'm writing is going to be probably around 100 pages and it's almost done. And it's called Questions Are the Key to Unlocking Your Reality and Focusing Through the Fear. And then I've got the next book I've already got the name of, and I've already got the idea for, and I'm really, really excited about that. And it's called Creating Unbreakable Habits to Become an Unmistakable Success. So those are other things that we're going to be working on this year coming up. That'll be all there. All right. So what else do we have? Let's go. We have to let go of the past to build the future, right? It's impossible for you guys to become somebody new without shattering who you are. You've got to. Look, you can't take a full glass of water and add more water to it. You have got to get rid of some of it, right? In order to add to it. So at this time, guys, this week, it's your guys' time. It's your day. It's your week to let go of your past. It's your week to start changing the direction of where you're going. It's your week to become who you want to be. And that's going to all start by joining the challenge, by starting the challenge and just starting to write your goals down. Starting to write down where you want to go. I'm telling you right now, half of you, where you want to be is right in front of you. You just have no idea. You have no idea because you haven't written it down. What you really want is right there. But until you start focusing on it, you're never going to see it. It's going to be this way, I don't know, whatever they call the things that are fake, right? Your keys to success. I love those. Those are just keys. I don't know. I thought I'd put that in there. So here's what you got to do, guys. Every single day, every single hour, look, you've got a comfort zone. You've got to break it. You got a new comfort zone. Repeat. Break it again. Break it again. Become overwhelmed. Become overwhelmed. Become overwhelmed. Get to where you are getting, because believe me, think about when you first took a new job, right? You first took a new job somewhere and somebody handed you this big giant book and said, all right, you got to read all this stuff and then we're going to go through it and we're going to look at all these and you got the X mortifats on the rear muffler bearings and you've got to, do this and do that. And I mean, I used to sell cars and I remember I worked at Chevy and to learn all the cars, man, and how much the horsepower and the gas and this and that. And I mean, it can tow this and that. And you got what kind of differential you got in the back, 3.42 or 3.85 or whatever it was. Right. And the reality is it was very overwhelming at first, but as time went on, I could handle more. I could handle more. I could handle more. Life is the same way. If you're becoming overwhelmed, that's an amazing thing. It means you're growing. If you're becoming overwhelmed, you're growing. Congratulations. Because tomorrow, what overwhelmed you today won't. You'll be used to it. And you'll be able to grow more and more and more. Let me tell you, what Warren Buffett does on a daily basis would freak us out. Freak us out. All of a sudden, you had to take over. All right, well, here's a bunch of spreadsheets. You got to look through these, look for any inconsistencies. Hold on. I don't have any clue what the hell you just handed me. Let alone, what do you mean inconsistencies? I don't know what's supposed to be consistent. How am I supposed to look for inconsistencies in this? You see what I'm saying? So in order to grow, in order to get better, in order to make more money, in order to fulfill your dreams, you must become overwhelmed. You must get in technically over your head so that you can start swimming. Now, that does not mean get completely crazy and stupid with what I just said, right? But it means keep adding to yourself. And when you feel overwhelmed, stop. keep it at that level to where that level starts to go down. And then boom, you can jump it up again. When I started editing the videos and I was doing it 6 hours a day, let me tell you how overwhelmed I felt thinking, how am I going to do this every single day? But I kept building them and building them and building them until the fact that I had the intro and the close all done and I had the middle part done. And now I was just dropping the video in and I was able to do it faster. And now I can edit 5 minutes of video in about an hour. So you've got to realize that things become faster the more we do them, the more we practice them. Practice breaking out of your comfort zone. Tomorrow, I want you to do 2 things. Every day this week, do 2 things that you're scared of. And I want you to write that down. I want you to write down in your goals now, on personal, I do 2 things a day that scare me. It's time for you to start getting scared. Now, I don't mean go walk in an alley, right? That's dark in a bad part of town just so you could be scared. Okay. I'm not saying go kill yourself. What I am saying is put yourself out there, become vulnerable, make something more of yourself because it's never going to happen until you let go. And if you're guarding your heart, if you're guarding your emotions, if you're guarding what people are going to think, you're not letting go yet. And at this point, it's time. It's time to let go, and let's go. And if you guys watch my videos and you wonder where let's go came from, that came from skydiving. When the first time I went skydiving, they have right at the opening, as the door opens, right, there's a bar. And you got to hold on to the bar. Well, you don't have to, but if you don't want to fall out of the plane, it's a good idea. And so as I came up to the bar, I've got the instructors, I'm strapped to him, right? So he's strapped to my back and we're getting up there and he's got his arms on the bar and I've got my arms now on the bar. And the idea is you look out of the plane, okay, and to see if there's any planes coming. I don't know, because jumping into aircraft apparently is not a good idea. So first time, grab on, lean out. Oh my God. I'm like, no, I don't see anything, right? But I don't see anything, period, man. I literally cannot see. I'm just freaking out. And so they tell us, don't hold on to the bar because you won't let go, right? So I get up to the front. What do? Grab onto the bar, lean out, look. Nope, nothing out there. And he goes, okay, and taps me on the back of the head. I'm like, all right, yep, let's go. And he taps me again. And we both had things on. And then I had to have somebody come up and go, let go, and let's go. And that's where let go and let's go came from. I had to let go for us to be able to get out of the plane, for us to experience that, for us to go skydiving. I had to let go and let's go. And so that's what I'm telling you guys. I know it's scary right now. I know that what you want out of life is scary, no matter what it is. But at some point, and it should be right now, you've got to let go and let's go. Let's jump. Let's get out of the plane and let's go skydiving. Let's go have fun. Let's go live life. Let's go do our dreams. But in order to do that, you've got to get out of your comfort zone. All right, guys, we are into the question and answer period time. So if you guys have any questions, all you have to do is raise your hand. You can raise your hand right over there on the right side. I know there are a lot of new people on here, but it looks like we also have some previous people. So I know if you're brand new, you may not have any questions except for what the hell did I just listen to? But I hope that you extremely enjoyed what happened. And I would really implore you to go out and on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on everything, share it. Share what happened tonight. Share what the webinar is about. Share what our goal is. It's all about helping you get to that next level. It's all about creating a better you. Because here's the thing, guys. When we go back to this, right, and we look at making connections and networking, if you want a better life, if you want more opportunities, networking is the only way for you to get them. People work with people they know, like, and trust. If you want more opportunities, get out in front of more people, get to know more people. One of the best ways is doing videos. You want help doing videos? Ask. You want help with anything? Ask. Because here's what's not going to happen. None of us are going to come over to your house, knock on your door, and beg you to help you. It's not going to happen. I don't want to work with people that I have to beg to help. I don't want to, and I won't, period. I want to work with people who want to better their life. I want to work with people who want to increase the quality of their life and are willing to do what it takes to make it happen. I want to work with people who don't complain. I want to work with people who find solutions, who are solution-based thinkers. And I'm not the only person that thinks like this, guys. The reality is, so do you. You don't want to be around people that complain all the time. You don't want to be around people that don't have answers, that don't look for solutions, that go, "Oh, well, I guess it doesn't work," and walk away. So don't be one of those people. Be the type of person that you want to meet. That needs to go on quote of the day. Oh, man. Be the type of person you want to meet. Okay. So that's my quote of the day. To be the type of person you want to meet. I know I keep saying that, but I don't want to forget it. So I guess, though, this is being recorded, so I won't forget it. Okay. Let's see. Do we have any questions yet? Has anybody raised? Good. We've got somebody raising their hand. Michael Wetterman, you are live, bud.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you, man.
All right, great. Hey, Pete, I just wanted to follow up on what you said about getting out of your comfort zone. There's just absolutely so much power in getting out of your comfort zone. I mean, it's like you're overcoming fear. It's like a greatest, for me anyway, is a greatest builder of confidence. Like anyone on here, guys, talk. Get on this call. Like just, even if you just say a sentence, even if you say, "Hey, thanks, Pete. I like it." Just hear your voice. Get it out there. Just try to. It's so empowering. I can't even tell you. I mean, come on, guys. You can really do this. You can really. It really will help you along the way. Just doing little things. Just get yourself into out of your comfort zone and do something totally that you think's out of your character for you, but it's really not. Just get out there and do it. I can't iterate that enough.
What are some of the things, Mike, that you've been doing in the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks that have been outside of your comfort zone, and some of the positive things that occurred because of that, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, we've been posting our things for a while, working in the Thinking to Succeed group. Like we were saying, overwhelming. There's a lot of times I felt overwhelmed, especially with my schedule and trying to get work done. That's something that and kind of get a project. Actually, just trying to keep up has been kind of tough.
Now, but what do you feel though when I say that you need to be overwhelmed? How does that make you feel? Does that make you angry, or does that make you go, "Okay, I get it"?
No, you get it. And sometimes you can't stress it. You have to just say, "Okay, I can do what I can do. Tomorrow's another day, and I'm going to do what I can do tomorrow. I'm going to do what I can do the next day." And slowly, it's kind of like a water pushing through a dam. It's like the flow just starts little by little, and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then you start flowing. But you have to keep pushing against the dam in order to get the water to flow. That's kind of the best way I can describe it.
That was awesome, man. And it's true. The fact is that you have to get started. And that's what I was saying is as you grow, for instance, when we talk about going back to the skydiving analogy, when the first time I stuck my head out of a plane at 13,000 feet and looked down, right? Seriously, I mean, I could see the size of a pinhole. I mean, that I was so freaked out that I was hanging outside of a plane. You know what I mean? Like that part, a little hard to get over that. And then it was, and look for a plane below you. I mean, it just didn't happen. Like literally all I could see was this little pinhole, and everything else around was blurry. Okay. By jump 5, the hole got a little bit bigger. By jump 30, right? I was sitting there with one arm hanging outside the thing, looking, and then going, "All right." And then I'd back up a little bit, run and jump out and do flips with my eyes closed and try to count to 10, which I couldn't end up ever getting to 10. Because I don't know why, but for some reason, when your eyes are closed and you're counting, you think you're counting slow or fast, and you think you're going to hit the ground, even though, it's a good 30-second fall, and you don't count to 10 in 30 seconds. So the fact is, the more you do things, even when they're scary, right? Because that to me was scary. Hanging out of a plane, scary. the more I did it, the more comfortable I became. The more comfortable I became, the more I was able to relax and actually pay attention to what was happening. And that's kind of like what you're saying, that you have to relax and pay attention. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, there's a lot of things. Great. Understand it, write it down, keep up, and do what you can. But don't
Right.
let it take your feet out from under you. Don't give up. Don't go, well, forget it then. I'm way behind. And that's what I see people do. They go, well, I'm too lost now. You're only too lost when you say that you're too lost. You only fail when you give up, right?
Right, absolutely. And the goals actually help with that. The goals bring you back because you wanna quit. There's days you want to say, the hell with it. And even if you did say the hell with it, you're still writing the goal every day, and then it's there. Then you can come back because it's no big deal anymore. Before I was that person. I was the guy who said, that's too hard, screw it, and go find. I would kind of divert to another path. Oh, I'll start something else. But now I go and I do the goal, and then I just go back, and it's no big deal. Like the anxiety is gone, the anxiety of starting over, or actually, it was almost kind of like it was demoralizing to start over, And
Right.
now it's like, okay, it's not a big deal. Let's just go. Let's get what we can, and then all of a sudden you realize you're like, wow, I'm right back where I should have been all along. Because everybody else, in a sense, kind of slows down too, and you just kind of catch up.
At
So
some point, everybody will slow down. Like nobody's going to be able to keep going forever. You know what I mean? Like I was going faster than anybody, and then I got a computer taken away. So, I mean, at some point, something will happen. It's like I was talking to M tonight, and she's had some bad stuff happen to her, and I said, you know what? That's okay, but that's why we're building what we're building. We're building what we're building so that when things do come up, that it's okay. You know what I mean? We have systems organized to handle the overflow. For instance, I mean, I think I sent out another blast, and I think we got like 15 people that joined the Thing to Succeed challenge before I even started the webinar tonight. And it's like Emily was reaching out to Kenneth, going, can you help me a little bit, because there's a lot of people that have come in here. So my thing is I want to work with people that want to get help and that want to do more. And that's one of the things that I love about you, Michael, is that you are growing, man. You're so much. It's crazy. I still remember one of the first communications with you, and I had written something, and you had taken it, and I was like, all right, well then do whatever you want, bro. And you were like, well, hold on a second. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying I want to listen to you. And it was like, okay, all right, then I'll back up. Hold on, let me rephrase and let's go back at this again. And you've come so much farther. Like now, like you wouldn't be asking those same questions now. You'd be the one giving advice. And I think that's one of the things that I find so amazing, man. Like with you, with Kenneth, and some of the other people in the group, man. It's just really incredible. And I'm
well,
great. I'm grateful to all of you guys. So, all right, cool. Does anybody? Thank you very much, Michael. Have a great
you're
night.
welcome. You too, Pete.
All right. Does anybody else have a question? All you have to do is raise your hand. Come on. Can somebody that has not asked a question ever break out of your comfort zone tonight? Look at that, man, right out of the gate. All right. How do you pronounce your name? Shakita. Okay. I just unmuted you. That was awesome, man. You were like right on top of it with raising your hand. So tell me, what can I answer for you tonight?
Okay, so this is new. Just doing the 21 goal challenge. It's really making me think a whole lot. So my question is, it takes me almost an hour to 2 hours just to write down my goals. Is that normal? Like, should it really take that long to write it and to think about it, or am I thinking too much?
I would say you're probably thinking too much, depending on how much time you have, right? There's a goal thing that we do that's the 10-year challenge or the 10-year goal plan, and that one would take you quite a bit of time to write out, right? But every morning, it should take you anywhere from, I say 5 to 10 minutes when you're starting, but in reality, mine take me about a half an hour to write every morning, half hour to 40 minutes. Okay. 2 hours is definitely like you're way overthinking it, right? when you think about, let's say you take on personal. When you think about personal, I want you to think, okay, what do I really want out of life personally right now? And for me, one of them is I want to have 1 million connections on LinkedIn and Facebook, right? So when you start doing that, I don't have to think every day about that goal. I know that that's one of my goals. Now, I don't copy my goals from the day before, but as you start writing them every day, they should, some of the ones that you really want should start rising to the top. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
So are you thinking like every morning you're thinking, okay, how do I write completely different goals? Is that what you're doing right now?
Yes. Like every morning it's something completely different. And I'm like, okay, this is a
now
lot.
You're doing the hokey pokey again, right? Now you're going forward and backward and around and around. And like the goals, they need to be consistent. And in fact, if you go and look at some of my older posts, I had some of them on there, but so for instance, here we go. We donate 1 day a month to charity, the entire Coast to Coast group, Thinking to Succeed, and the 21-day challenge. One of my goals is to have everybody connected to me donate 1 day a month to some charity, right? And it could be, and it doesn't mean the same one, right? So you could have Debbie in Boston donating 1 day to kids or Toys for Tots. And then there could be somebody in LA that's donating to a homeless shelter. Just the whole point is that somebody is doing it, that we're all giving 1 day of our lives a month to people that are less fortunate. Help 10,000 people reach their goals. Go Make Something Happen wristbands reach 10,000 wristbands worldwide. The F3 project has donated funds from 3 different projects and is successfully working on another 5. My girls have started a charity, Size Doesn't Matter, focused on helping children maintain their voice and show what they can do. Website is Everyone Can Impact. Let's see. Business. I have created a #1 TV show that's focused on infotainment to entertain, educate, and inspire. Coast to Coast RIA has generated over $180,000 a month from our commercial and passive income streams. Homebesting the Game has given away 3 houses and and Homebesting Junior has become wildly popular, and we are focused on creating the TV show for that as well. Ivan and I have our office in Malibu where we own the building and we overlook the ocean. Scott's office is in a closet. Wow, that's weird. Personal. I have created over 1,000 millionaires. I have over 1 million Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook connections. My family has been all around the world, and spoken at events, and helped people. I have published 8 books. 7 of them are bestsellers. And we live on 15 acres of horse property in Malibu with views of the ocean. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Now, those don't change every day. I add to them sometimes, but they do not
every
change.
day I'm... Okay.
So every day what?
So every day I'm not writing the same... I'm not changing it every single day, basically.
What you're doing is every day you're writing your goals, meaning that I know every day when I write my personal goals, I know that I want to live on 15 acres of horse property in Malibu overlooking the ocean. I don't need that thing in front of me to write that down. I know that every day I want on personal, I want to create 1 million LinkedIn and Twitter connections. I know that I want to create 1,000 millionaires. I know that I want the Thinking to Succeed project to reach over 10,000 people. You know what I mean? Like I know. They don't change. I may word them differently because I'm not copying it from the day before, but I know where I want to go. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that should help like focus you significantly, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay,
no more
cool.
2 hours.
Yes, I don't want you wasting 2 hours on doing that, man. I could help you do a lot of other things for 2 hours that would help build your brand as opposed to just writing your goals. And really, that's the next thing that you want to do is start building your brand. Have you joined the 21-day challenge on the Facebook group too?
Yes, I am actually on day 6.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I'm on day 6. Well, actually, today is day 7 for me.
Okay, perfect. And how is this affecting you? How are you? Oh, wow, that's an awful question because you're going to say, well, it's taking up 2 hours of my morning every morning. But taking that aside, how has this helped you?
It's helped me to really just focus on what it is that I want to do. I like the idea of thinking what it is you want and then magnifying it 10 times. So not thinking small. And
Right.
it's really awesome because I completed one of my goals yesterday. Like it was to volunteer at a homeless shelter. So I'm just excited because I can check that off of my goal from I think day 1 or day 2. I have to look at it. So it's good. And my friends and family are asking already, what is this 21-day thing that you're talking about? So
How
I
awesome
said I
is
was
that?
going to share it. Awesome.
Right? And,
Very
and
awesome.
who
Yes.
reached out to you? Who sent you an email, by the way?
Comma Thomas. I seen it on her Facebook page.
Okay, cool. So she brought you into that. So definitely reach out to her because she's also doing more and there's all kinds of stuff that you can get in and we want to help you. So please reach out and let us help you. Okay?
Yes.
All right,
Awesome.
perfect.
I'm ready.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, I just didn't want to mute you before you said if you were going to say thank you, I guess. Okay, so it looks like we're almost done. Does anybody else have a question before I roll out of here? Anybody want to know what Scott's office is going to look like in the Malibu place? Where it'll be a little tiny 4x4 office. And if you've ever watched Step Brothers, we're gonna like push him into one of those little tiny offices like that, where it just seems very, very inappropriate. Or if you watch like Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory, how they had the lion guy. What was whatever he was in a cage or something. We'll do something like that with Scott. So, guys, thank you so much for being on tonight. I definitely appreciate it. Let's run through the rest of this. Here, I'm not going to do this. I'd rather show you guys this stuff in person on the actual deal. Let me get past that. Okay, here, let me go over here. So here's our website. Real quick, just to show you guys how this works. If you guys have not joined the 21-day challenge, it's right here. Go ahead and click on that, and it'll take you right to the challenge. If you guys have not joined Ivan Oberon's Money Matters webinar, that is on Thursdays at 6. We just changed the name of it and changed kind of how it's going to be working. That'll be right there. Here is the one for Scott's bird dogging opportunities. And then I got to put one up here for Experts Corner, man. I keep jacking myself. Today's motivational video. We've got today's radio show. We've got our webinars that we have done. And I'm actually going to have to move this to 4 now so that we can keep all 4 of them in here. And in addition to that, let's see here. This is all of our stuff for like blogging. We have all of our different blogs. Upcoming events, you can set goals. I'm actually going to be removing that because the 21-day challenge pretty much takes that over. And then these are all of our locations. We have over 35 locations in 16 states. So if you are interested in joining, just come and check it out. Super easy. Right here is our calendar, so you can see where we're going to be, when we're going to be there. Man, my voice is almost gone. I got to hurry this up. Here's our webinars, so you can come and sign up for any of our webinars, and they explain about them and what they are doing. All right, so you can come check that out. Please also hit those buttons over here. That'll help us out. Podcasts, so you can check out all of our different podcasts that we have. Listen to any of the past ones. Locations, goals program, testimonials that we have. If you guys have testimonials, that would be awesome. If this has impacted you in any way, any of that stuff, send that to us. And let's see, get back here. go back into this. We also have trainings on assisted living facilities. So if you're interested in those, you can go to c2calf.com. Check that out. Acquisitions in Atlanta. Like I said, from our last Atlanta trip, we already have a property going in from that one, and we will be putting all the details of that up on our site, up on our well, not only our site, but on our Facebook page as well. So you guys can check that out and see how we flow with that. Here is bird dogging opportunities with Scott Travis, Mondays at 6 p.m. Every Monday, 6 p.m. And that's one of Scott's bird dogs. So it's kind of cool looking. That you don't see those a lot. Very rare breed, very rare breed. Experts Corner with Pete Asmus is on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. And every week I have a different co-host. So Experts Corner is never, ever me by myself. It is always me with somebody else. This Tuesday, we're going to be having Clint Coons. So that'll be an awesome one. By the way, real quick, going back to this, guys, please jump on this call and support Scott. Tomorrow is going to be his very first webinar. So I'm sure he's probably not going to, it's not going to run without any hitches, but be on there to support him, ask questions. That'll definitely help him out on his first time. So he's not just on there by himself going, all right, what's going on? And this is all about the physical side of real estate. Experts Corner, we're going to be having Clint Coons. We're going to be talking all about trusts. What are they? The different types of trust: a land trust, living trust, the non-revocable trust, all these different types of trusts. What are they? When do you use them and everything else? Clint Coons is our in-house lawyer for all of that stuff. So if you're interested in learning about trust, which you definitely should be, come check it out, because when it comes to wholesaling, those are an amazing way to do that. Then we have Ivan Oberon's Money Matters. Oh man, I got to change this stupid thing. It's supposed to say weekly webinars. Thursdays at 6 p.m. Yeah, this is definitely an old one. Leverage connections, create opportunities, and close deals with confidence. Not closed deals, but closed deals. And you guys can sign up for that by going to c2crea.com/money matters. So Money Matters will get you, c2c.com/money matters will get you to Ivan's. c2c.com/ I think it's Experts Corner webinar will get you to that one. And Bird Dog Call, c2crea.com/bird dog call will get you to this one. Or just go to c2c.com/webinars and you'll get to all of them. That's how easy that is. All right. And past that, here's our radio show that we do every single week, guys, from 10 to 11 a.m. Pacific. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. It's all about you. This week, we have a bunch of cool stuff coming. We've got Clint Coons is also going to be on Tuesday's show. So make sure that you oh, wait a second. What am I doing, man? Where is that at? I even made it. It should be in here. There we go. It was hidden. Dang it. All right. Much better. So Monday is you. Monday night bird dogging call with bird dogging opportunities with Scott Travis. The C2C webinars are all at 6 p.m. And then the radio show is obviously at 10 a.m. All right. Tuesday day, Clint Coons. Tuesday night, Experts Corner with Clint Coons, talking about land trust, both of them, or about trust. Wednesday, we're going to have Jeff Wojtowicz. He is with CAP, which is Children's Alopecia Project. And I just want to talk to him about how he put things together. You know, again, Wednesday's radio show is all about success series. 6:30 at night, Wine and Dine at TGIF in Temecula. Wine and Dine at BJ's in Temecula, not TGIF, BJ's. Go to BJ's in Temecula for the Wine and Dine. Then Thursday, we're going to have Candace and Omar with White Ridge Construction. They will be on. Thursday night, Ivan Oberon's Money Matters coaching call. And Friday, David Fagan's live event, which is the Icon Bootcamp. We're going to be there and having fun at that event. So that will be that. I think we've gone through everything. The radio show, which you guys have. Make sure you guys call in too, 760-931-1604. You guys asked me earlier about the website for the book, The 7 Steps to Creating Success, forceyourdreams.com, or you can just go to C2C REIA and get it off the side. And then 21-day challenge is right there. So what other, holy crap, there was a lot of questions. It's getting dark in my office. Yes, Scott. That was funny, man. Okay. What else do we go? What is it going to be? What will be this Monday? This Monday will be Scott's going to be basically opening up that webinar. So again, be nice to him. He's not sure what he's going to be going over, but it'll be going over probably how to find properties, how to work with him. Again, helping design out and build out this national wholesale network. This is going to be a great platform for him to be able to talk to you guys on a wide level and basically replicate what he's kind of doing in Boston right now with a few guys, which is, man, I'm excited for Boston right now. I really am. They've got some awesome people up there working on this stuff. So really, really cool. Yeah, Scott's in the closet. I didn't even think about that. Scott is in the closet. Oh my God, that's funny. So much room for activities. That's right. We had to move some of Scott's stuff around so that he could have more room for activities in there because that was really important to him. And then I think I got everybody right. A lot of good points. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate the dynamic style. I try and go up and down, right? A little bit about, going in and out, share a little bit about personal things. My goal for these webinars is to reach you guys. My goal for these webinars isn't about a time frame. I don't care how long it takes. I mean, thank God tomorrow we have Memorial Day, so I'll be able to hang out with my girls again tomorrow. But if you guys have been paying attention, I do these webinars this long every single time. Wow, I thought it wasn't being recorded. I was about to lose my mind. Every single time. I care about your success. I care about you reaching where you want to go. But at the end of the day, I can't care more than you. You've got to care more. So please help me help you. Get involved, man. I am creating a platform that you can leverage off of. I'm creating a platform that you can grow off of. You can tap into our resources. Why wouldn't you want to? When we all work together in the same way, holy crap, watch out. There's nothing that's going to be able to stop us. You are amazing. And I want you guys to know that. And we usually talk about this. I haven't done this one in a long time, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to say this one now. I wonder if I have it on here. I can close out the show with our affirmation, which I haven't done in a very, very, very long time. So let me see if I can find it here real quick. Whoa. If I had it on my other one, we would have it in a second. But I don't know if it's on here. And it might not be. Oh, that really sucks. You know what though? I think I know where it is, or I know at least where I can find it. Well, you know what? Forget it. I'll just do one. So here we go. If you guys all want to just get ready, close your eyes, just think about it. All right. When you guys look in the mirror every morning, I want you guys to focus on the fact that you're amazing. I want you to focus on the fact that nothing is unstoppable, especially you. But the only way for you to become unstoppable is for you to stop focusing on what can't be done. Start focusing on what you can do because you are amazing. There are things inside of you that nobody else has. There are gifts that you have. You are special. You're special in so many different ways. Stop putting it down. Stop showing people who you aren't. And start showing people who you are. Stop showing people the person that's angry all the time. Stop showing people the person that doesn't know what they're doing. Stop showing the person that doesn't care about results. And start showing everybody the amazing individual within you. Start showing everybody how important you really are. Start building value in yourself by realizing that without understanding how amazing you are, you cannot provide it to anyone else. You have to realize you're amazing first. It's hard to say sometimes, but think back. Think back over this last year. There's been times that you've wanted to get out of something, that you've wanted to not do something, and because you did it, it made you stronger. There are times right now that you can think of that you hated doing something, and because you did it, you grew. And because you did it, you're that much better right now. Guys, you are amazing. Don't let anybody hold you back. Don't let anybody crush your dreams. And most of all, don't let it be you. Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate everything you guys did tonight. I appreciate you guys being on the call. I want to tell you guys that in every way possible, I'm glad that you were here. I hope that you guys come out again, like Scott is, and I hope that you guys show up every single Sunday and help us make a difference in your life. Thank you so much. Share this webinar, share this video, share everything. By the way, I am going to be putting this on YouTube and then slamming it into the SlideShare. So when I do post this up, you guys can listen to the audio, download it, put it on your phone, listen to this over and over and over again. And you guys can check it out in the SlideShare and watch the video so that you can at least see the second. Man, this is even longer than any of the other ones that I've done. You can see most of the video that we did though. Okay, guys, thank you so much and have a great night.